World's amazing modern tunneling construction technology. When people think about tunneling construction technology, obviously there will be some questions in their mind. What equipment should be used for such digging? So when they want to know, then they will ultimately come to the conclusion, and they will want to know about the equipment uses in the tunneling construction technology. So in this regard, in this video, we will tell you about what is crawler excavators, what are wheel loaders, what are crawler loaders, what is a tunnel boring machine, what are horizontal directional drilling machines, what about the immersed tube? We will tell you about its qualities, its functions, and its power, and finally about its design. Let's find out about the most modern ways of how tunneling is done around the world, and the world's most amazing modern tunneling construction technology. As we dive into it, welcome to the channel. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel along with turning on the notifications. Let's get started. The technique for burrow development relies upon such factors as the ground conditions, the groundwater conditions, the length and measurement of the passage drive, the profundity of the passage, the coordinated operations of supporting the passage and covering, the last use, and the state of the passage and proper gamble the executives. Burrow development is a subset of underground development. The choice of the well-suited gear hence becomes essential. What does one mean by tunnel construction? Burrows are dove in sorts of materials, changing from delicate mud to hard rock. The strategy for burrow development relies upon such factors as the ground conditions, the groundwater conditions, the length and the breadth of the passage drive, the profundity of the passage, the planned operations of supporting the passage, exhuming, the last use and state of the passage, and fitting gambled aboard. Burrow development is a subset of underground development. What are the basic types of tunnels? Cut and over burrow, built in a shallow channel and afterward covered over. Exhausted burrow, built in situ without eliminating the ground previously. They are normally of roundabout or horseshoe cross segment. A few ideas of underground mining apply. Current strategies incorporate shotcrete, utilized in the new Austrian burrowing technique, utilization of a passage exhausting machine, TBM, or burrowing safeguard. Yet burrows are built which are gotten with pit props and shoring, and afterward are stained or clock upholds are set. Strategies from the barrel vaults are useful. Inundated tube burrow, sunk into a waterway and laid on or covered simply under its bed. So what are crawler excavators? The cutting-edge crawler backhoe is intended to dig or grade, or move earth and enormous articles, and is characterized by its method of velocity. The many kinds of backhoes incorporate wheeled, walker, towed, and rail tractors. Connected with followed tanks generally utilized by armed forces, these crawlers move upon the equivalent pivoting wheel frameworks, yet in addition can dig, pick, and transport exhumed materials as they continue. The crawler earth mover parts incorporate a significant crawler body, rotor support, focal turn joints, turntables, the gadget weight, board, taxi, and climate control systems. Half-and-half crawler backhoes contain a few elements. For example, class driving, power yield, strength, lifting limit, and administrator solace. Two short-tail models convey outstanding usefulness for restricted work areas. All machines offer extraordinary eco-friendliness and execution. These gear are utilized to make cross burrows when explosives are being utilized for auxiliary profiling, and, obviously, for direct backhoe burrowing. What are wheel loaders? Fresher wheel loader models are furnished with a 28.5 kilowatt 38.8 motor as standard. The exhaust after treatment is done by DOC and DPF. Shrewd Driving Pro is likewise alternatively accessible for the all-wheel steer loader. There is another element with 3 different working models that help and ease the administrator in the particular applications while being eco-friendly. In the power mode, the total motor result is accessible. This gives an optimal premise to quick stacking cycles and furthermore for work in uncovered material. In contrast with the power mode, the machine drives a similar travel speed in eco mode, with diminished motor speed. To diminish the commotion level and to save fuel, this administrator mode is most importantly appropriate for stacking work in which the full framework power isn't needed. Wheel loaders are uncommonly intended for use in burrow applications. What about crawler loaders? New age crawler loaders convey more pull than their ancestors. Hydrostatic transmissions offers total machine control, which permits administrators to pick between numerous settings, speed in grasp and a V-design control with foot pedal directing. On-board hydrostatic and water-powered pressure sensors furnish administrators with pressure readings through an in-taxi screen. Eco mode enhances mileage by up to 20% while keeping up with the ground speed via naturally changing the monitor speed and transmission settings in view of the heap. It has capabilities in both forward and turns around headings. Auto inactive brings down the motor speed when the machine isn't moving and no capabilities are being initiated. A flexible clock can be set on the screen and combined with auto closure. Hydrostatic transmission offers administrators to pick between different settings: speed in hold and a V-design control with foot pedal guiding. Onboard hydrostatic and water-powered pressure sensors furnish administrators with pressure readings through an in-taxi screen. Functional details are designed with individual extra choices to fit the machines to burrow applications and conditions. How does a tunnel boring machine work? A passage exhausting machine, TBM, is utilized to uncover burrows with a roundabout get segment through a different soil and rock layers. They may likewise be utilized for miniature burrowing. They can be intended to drill through anything from hard rock to sand. Burrow measurements can go from 1 meter, 3.3 feet, furnished with miniature TBMs, to 17.6 meters, 58 feet until now. Passages under a meter or so in breadth are normally done utilizing trenchless development strategies for flat directional penetrating as opposed to TBMs. TBMs can likewise be intended to exhume non-round burrows, including U-molded or horseshoe and square or rectangular passages. From stop to fast, the control modules of most recent models empower clients to control a large number of velocities ideally. The blend of 2 speed engines and the capacity to involve engines, paired in a free course, sets new principles about execution and power. With their minimal plan, one self-turning shaper heads can bore even through the hardest stone layers. What about horizontal directional drilling machines? Level directional drilling machines, HDD machines, are steerable trenchless boring apparatuses for the establishment of lines, conductors, and links underground in a shallow bend. They are ordinarily utilized for establishments underneath streams and streets to avoid upsetting the ground. Level boring machines are commonly uncompromising vehicles fitted with track drives, administrator controls, and penetrating apparatus. Materials utilized for pipes incorporate PVC, polyethylene, polypropylene, flexible iron, and steel. Directional penetrating machines arrive in a scope of sizes, with the biggest machine fit for boring to profundities of 200 feet. What's more, lengths of 6,000 feet, flat directional boring machines are partitioned into 3 classifications: enormous breadth HDD, maxi HDD, maximum distance across HDD, midi HDD, and little width HDD, smaller than expected HDD. There is no huge distinction in the activity of these frameworks. The classes address the drive length, profundity, force, and pullback capacities of every framework. What is immersed tube? An inundated cylinder is a sort of undersea passage made out of sections developed somewhere else and drifted to the passage site to be sunk into a spot and afterward connected together. They are generally utilized for street and rail intersections of waterways, estuaries, and ocean channels, harbors. Submerged tubes, in many cases, utilize related to different types of passages at their closures. For example, a cut and cover or exhausted burrow, which is typically important to proceed with the passage from close to the water's edge to the entry at the land's surface. The primary benefit of a drenched cylinder is that it can be extensively more financially savvy than elective choices, that is, an exhausting passage underneath the water being crossed. If, for sure, this is conceivable by any stretch of the imagination because of different factors like topography and seismic movement. Thanks, here comes the end of the video. Let us know in the comments section the most incredible part of the tunneling process that you loved or found the most satisfying. Tunneling indeed is the work of great engineering into practice, and we would appreciate your comments about what might be your experiences. With this, we would like to end this video, with the hope that you liked and enjoyed it. If you like our content, then make sure to like our video, and do share your views and opinions with us in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel to receive regular videos from us, and don't forget to click the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one. Until then, peace.